PS5 crosses a huge sales milestone, PS Plus plans are revealed in the Insomniac hack, Sony is looking to refocus AAA development, and new details on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. All that and more in the final PlayStation news for 2023, let's get to them. We start with Sony announcing a new sales milestone for the PS5, as it has reached over 50 million units sold globally as of December 9, which comes almost a month after the console's 3-year birthday. When comparing the PS5 with its older sibling the PS4, the new-gen console has managed to catch up with sales, only falling behind by 1 week. This also means Astro's Playroom is the best-selling PS5 game, with 50 million copies sold since it comes pre-installed. As part of the official blog post announcing the milestone, SIE CEO Jim Ryan said, "Achieving this PS5 sales milestone is a testament to the unwavering support of the global PlayStation community and their passion for the incredible experiences created by the talented developers from PlayStation Studios and our partners. This is a significant departure from the console's state at launch, during which it still achieved about 30 million in sales, with Sony addressing stock challenges and the introduction of the new PS5 model, improving logistics to keep up with demand. The PS5 sales are even more impressive when you consider it almost sold half of those 50 million consoles this year alone. According to Ampere analysis, Sony sold around 22.5 million consoles this year, which represents a 65% increase over last year, when both competitors are down, Xbox Series by 15% doing about 7.6 million units, and Nintendo Switch moving 16.4 million, an 18% drop. PS5 has outpaced Xbox Series sales by almost 3-1 in the current year, and Sony aims to ship a total of 25 million units by March 2024, which seems is going to be very easy, potentially setting a 25-year-old console sales record set by the original PlayStation with 22.6 million consoles shipped in 12 months. What do you think about the PS5's insane numbers? Share your thoughts in the comments. There's a quick update regarding PlayStation users losing discovery content they purchased through the PlayStation Store. Sony has reversed its decision as they appear to have signed an updated licensing agreement with Discovery owner Warner Bros. Users will now be able to access their previously purchased Discovery content for at least the next 30 months, according to the company's statement. The change comes after the initial announcement caused concern over the digital future and platforms having the liberty of removing content at any time. Now let's go with a reminder of the new PS Plus catalog games up for download, as you can play new games such as Grand Theft Auto 5, Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin, MotoGP 23, Metal Hellsinger, Salt and Sacrifice, Moonscars, Mega Man 11, Gigabash, Rime, Tinykin, Prodeus, Shadowrun Returns, Shadowrun Dragonfall, and Shadowrun Hong Kong Extended Edition. Then on the Classics catalog there's Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2, Thrillville and Thrillville Off the Rails, and Boss Lightyear of Star Command. Over 59% of you guys approved this update, which I agree with, and the 45% majority gave it 5 stars and 14% gave it 4 stars. 17% of you were mixed on it, and 24% thought it was either bad or terrible. Most of you said you were going to be playing Grand Theft Auto 5 with 69% of the votes. There are a lot of new trials that you can also check out now, including the Talos Principle 2, Demeo, Mortal Kombat 1, Custom Mech Wars, Strategic Mind Spirit of Liberty, Ruin Arch, Vampire the Masquerade Justice, Super Crazy Rhythm Castle, Kingdom 80s, Jumanji Wild Adventures, Witchcraft Inc., plus Moss and Moss 2 if you have the required PSVR headset. Also remember, this is your last chance to play the next batch of titles leaving the catalog on January 15, such as It Takes Two, SnowRunner, Devil May Cry 5 and Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition, Jet the Far Shore, Omno, Pillars of Eternity 2 Deathfire Ultimate Edition, The Missing J.J. Macfield and the Island of Memories, and Mitsurugi Kamui Hake. The next PlayStation Plus update will be on December 27th, when we'll learn the first monthly lineup for the new year. Let's keep talking more about PlayStation Plus, as the Insomniac hack has given us a glimpse of Sony's thoughts on the service. I won't be showing any of the stolen material, just talk about it. It's not news that Sony doesn't agree with the Xbox Game Pass model adding new titles to subscription services, but the data from the leak backs up how adding first-party titles to the service negatively impacts sales. A leaked presentation from SIE highlights that Horizon Forbidden West sales flatlined after its addition to PS Plus, despite a surge in PS Plus players. The leak also discloses that Insomniac requested a delay in including Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart in PS Plus to benefit from another holiday retail sales cycle. With the Activision trial revealing that games such as Horizon Forbidden West cost $212 million to make, it's no wonder Sony doesn't see the incentive to boost a subscription. Furthermore, documents revealed Sony's plans to expand PS Plus to mobile, smart TV, and internet browsers as part of Phase 3 of the service. This expansion aims to attract a broader player base, including PC gamers, and explore potential collaborations with Amazon Fire TV, Sony's own Bravia TV line, and Android TV for PS Plus game streaming. Sony is also considering collaborations with third-party gaming subscriptions like GTA Plus, Fortnite Crew, and Hoyoverse. Additionally, the company envisions PS Plus as a must-have family membership with offerings for younger gamers, including on and off console content, such as Crunchyroll and potential collaborations with Disney Plus and Spotify. Sony launched PS5 streaming this year, but only for PS5 consoles, so hopefully a streaming expansion is not far off. Do you think Sony may delay future titles before they enter PS Plus? Are you looking forward to PS Plus expanding? Let us know in the comments. Something not expanding is the budgets for making games, as the recent leak also shows that Sony's first-party studios have been under pressure to make staff cuts due to rising development costs. Among them could be Insomniac itself, with plans for 50 to 75 layoffs from the Wolverine and Spider-Man teams to be replaced by some of the team working on Ratchet and a new IP, since for example Spider-Man 2 exceeded its original budget by $30 million. Other Sony studios have faced similar layoffs, including Bungie, Naughty Dog, Media Molecule, and Visual Arts, and it's a trend all over the industry this year. The document also mentions a PlayStation studio closure, but it's unclear if it references a new one or the already closed Pixel Opus back in June this year. This is a big hit for developers who have had an awful year, and makes you wonder where is AAA going, with the spiraling costs and the need to make more and more profit for them to be successful, something former PlayStation president Sean Layden already pointed out. Now, another document reveals Sony may have an idea, but it may not be very well received by the gaming community, as early plans for Spider-Man 3 have Sony thinking of a staggered launch into 3 parts of $50 each. Plus, other documents also detail making more DLC like full-feature games such as Miles Morales. I've seen many people reporting that Sony wants to increase games over $100, but let's remember this is not finalized, and it also lacks the context of how much content they would be delivering for $50 each year. Are AAA games doomed to crash the gaming industry? What do you think could be a solution? Voice your opinion in the comments. Let's keep talking about the Insomniac hack, as the studio has now released an official statement regarding one of the most damaging attacks in gaming. In their statement, Insomniac expressed sadness and anger over the cyber attack's impact on their team, and reassured fans that work on Marvel's Wolverine continues as planned. Their post on Twitter says, "We want everyone to enjoy the games we develop as intended and as our players deserve. However, like Logan, Insomniac is resilient. Marvel's Wolverine continues as planned. While we appreciate everyone's enthusiasm, we will share official information about Marvel's Wolverine when the time is right." They also thank fans for all the support through this time. Insomniac is also taking steps to prevent more people from downloading the leaked Wolverine playable build, issuing DMCA notices through internet service providers like Comcast to combat potential game piracy. Anyone downloading the build will get a warning of copyright infringement, which may result in their service termination. Moving on, Sony announced the PlayStation Blog Game of the Year Awards winners as voted by readers across 18 categories. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 won the PS5 Game of the Year, sweeping the competition with a total of 9 awards, including Best Story, Graphical Showcase, Audio Design, Soundtrack, Accessibility Features, Use of DualSense, Best New Character with Venom, and Insomniac Games won Studio of the Year. Other awards included Hogwarts Legacy taking the crown for PS4 Game of the Year, Alan Wake 2 picking up Best Art Direction, Baldur's Gate 3 was the Best Multiplayer Experience, Fortnite won Best Ongoing Game, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty was the Best Expansion, EA Sports FC24 scored Best Sports Game, Sea of Stars was the Best Independent Game, Resident Evil Village VR stepped on the PSVR 2 Game of the Year, and Grand Theft Auto 6 was the most anticipated game of 2024 and beyond. Congratulations to all of the winners. Not in a celebratory tone was God of War creator David Jaffe, as he expressed dissatisfaction with the character development of Kratos in the latest God of War games, especially in Ragnarok. While talking in one of his podcast episodes, Jaffe said he liked the 2018 reboot, but Ragnarok not so much, and he disapproves of the focus of characters growing up on family relationships. He believes that the personal experiences of the developers, such as family dynamics, are better suited for creating new characters rather than altering the essence of established ones like Kratos. I personally like the growth of Kratos' character, and his fatherhood redemption arc is one of the most satisfying in gaming stories, but what do you think? Do you agree with Jaffe? Sound off in the comments. Next, we're just a few weeks away from The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, and now Naughty Dog has detailed an expanded fan favorite feature. Over on Twitter, they shared the first look at the new guitar free play mode, where you can unlock multiple instruments, use audio effects pedals, and play as different characters while also customizing the mood and feel of the setting with photo mode like options. This mode is not for me, but I can't wait to watch all the insane YouTube music cover videos once the game launches on January 19. If Last of Us or guitars are not your thing, well, another game will give you a free-to-play piano mode in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, as Game Informer got to go hands-on with the game. The FF7 Remake sequel is on the cover for the next issue of the magazine, with the outlet giving exclusive coverage all month long. So far, while exploring the huge genre map, they said the expansive world has a refreshing open structure that allows seamless traversal between different regions, and new areas like the Crow's Nest, a town serving as a hub for side quests and minigames, are introduced. Side quests play a significant role, with 80% of exploration-based content dedicated to them, and offering opportunities to learn about the world and deepen relationships between characters. The combat system is praised for its refinement and seamless integration of action-based moves, ATV bar and synergy abilities, with the demo showcasing a boss battle with the Materia Guardian. They estimate the game's length at around 40 hours for the main storyline, and up to 100 hours for those engaging in extensive side quests. The team drew inspiration from games like The Witcher 3 to create meaningful and varied side content. They also tried new minigames such as the card game Queen's Blood, and as I mentioned at the beginning, a piano activity where players can find sheet music and play songs. This is all part of the team aiming to create a diverse and meaningful experience with side content, avoiding content bloat. The combat mechanics of Cait Sith were also mentioned, with the character's unique abilities, lock-based mechanics, and the introduction of a mobile companion being the highlight. So far it all seems great, and we may have a Game of the Year contender when it launches next February 29. Game Informer also previewed another PS5 exclusive in the Team Ninja open world action game Rise of the Ronin. The game is set in 1863 Japan during the Bakumatsu period, following a nameless Ronin navigating a world transformed by the clash between East and West. Unlike previous titles with supernatural elements like Neo or Wolong, this game opts for a grounded historical drama featuring real-life figures. A notable addition is the inclusion of choices, allowing players to shape the narrative through decision-making and forming bonds with characters, impacting the overall experience and influencing the story's direction, leading to multiple endings. The open-world setting featuring major cities like Yokohama, Kyoto, and Edo presents a new challenge for Team Ninja, known for linear levels. Combat includes close quarters swordplay with various weapons such as firearms, where you need to adapt to enemy patterns and challenges, and introduces new elements like a grappling hook for exploration and combat. You can also expect a very violent game as per the ESRB description, which gave it an M rating for explicit violence including decapitation and dismemberment. Plus you can harm civilians without any effect on the game's progress. Rise of the Ronin is set to be released on PS5 on March 22, 2024. But before Rise of the Ronin, there's a chance you could be playing the new Silent Hill 2 as per a leaked date via Amazon. According to website Area Jugones, the remake from Bloober team may be launching on February 29, 2024, as per the Amazon site listing the date when it appears on Google search. We still don't have any details on the game, with Bloober team asking for patience as Konami should be the one doing the marketing bit, but with the rumor release date around 2 months away, I think this is very unlikely. Now time for a round of quickfire gaming news. Let's stick with Bloober team as they have announced a new collaboration with Skybound for a project codenamed R. There are not many details, but the collaboration involves a licensing and publishing agreement, hinting that it may not be an original IP. It could likely involve a new The Walking Dead game, given Bloober team's experience with horror games. Speaking of horror games, Metacritic has unveiled its list of the 10 worst video games of 2023, based on average review scores from critics. Topping the list is the Lord of the Rings Gollum, criticized for its broken gameplay, clunky controls, and uninspiring graphics. The rest of the top 10 included Flashback 2, Grey Hill Incident, Quantum Error, Testament: The Order of High Human, Crime Boss Rocky City, Hellboy: Web of Weird, Gangs of Sherwood, Loop 8 Summer of Gods, and Gargoyles Remastered. We have an update on the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League leaks we talked about in our previous video, as the leaker has now apologized and admitted to providing misleading story details. I won't mention them again here, but it seems there was a lot of speculation over the game's cutscenes, so it's good the game may not be spoiled for anyone looking to play it. The 18-year-old hacker responsible for breaching Rockstar's data and leaking GTA 6 development materials has been sentenced to an indefinite confinement in a secure hospital prison by a UK court. Arian Cortage, who has a condition of severe autism, will stay in the facility unless deemed no longer a danger, after a mental health assessment noted his continued intent to return to cybercrime. The hack has also been reported to cost Rockstar $5 million to recover. Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick is officially leaving the company after Microsoft's acquisition, as the Redmond company announced a strategic shift that will see Blizzard President Mike Ibarra, Activision Publishing Rob Kostich, and Vice Chair Thomas Tipple under Xbox executive Matt Booty. Kotick, who led the company since 1991, will leave on December 29 with a $400 million package, following several controversies including a $54 million settlement for sexual harassment allegations. In more Activision news, Call of Duty 2025 codenamed Saturn will reportedly be a semi-futuristic sequel to Black Ops 2, set around 2030, according to insider Tom Henderson. The game aims to bring back fan-favorite protagonists and continue the story, with the multiplayer now being planned to launch with new and remastered Black Ops 2 maps. The game is expected to feature overhauls to its movement system, a return to the Pick 10 Create a Class, the Gunfight mode, and another year of round-based zombies. Despite a rocket launch in 2018, Fallout 76 now boasts over 17 million players, with the recent Atlantic City update helping its success. Bethesda plans to continue expanding the game in 2024, introducing the Atlantic City America's Playground update in spring, featuring new missions, story-driven quests, areas, and rewards. Later in the year, the game will expand southward into Shenandoah, introducing a new questline, factions, and rewards. It seems Bethesda has a lot of Fallout for 2024, with the Fallout 4 New Gen version and the TV series also in the pipeline. Sega has shared additional details about the upcoming reboots of classic series, including Crazy Taxi, Jet Set Radio, Shinobi, Golden Axe, and Streets of Rage. They promise innovative and fresh style driving action for Crazy Taxi, an open-world Tokyo Street experience with a counterculture theme for Jet Set Radio, more ninja action in Shinobi, demon subduing warriors in Golden Axe, and the return of beloved side-scrolling beat-em-up action in Streets of Rage Revolution. Sega aims to quote-unquote power the next level with these reimagined classics, as they announced with a trailer at the Game Awards. Another upcoming Sega game is Yakuza Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and there's a hint at the inclusion of a roguelite-inspired dungeon changing every time you visit to offer a unique experience. Sega and RGG Studio have previously indicated that Infinite Wealth will be the longest Yakuza game to date, with lots of activities to engage in, including a dedicated Animal Crossing minigame. Konami is set to release an update for Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 this January. The upcoming patch version 1.4.0, available now in the PC version, will introduce various screen settings for players to adjust, including smoothing, game screen settings, standard, pixel perfect, and 16:9, screen filters, and additional audio settings. It's good to see Konami supporting the game after it launched with a mixed reception. Glenn Schofield, creator of Dead Space and the Callisto Protocol, has shared an update on his new project after enjoying a break. Schofield said he can't wait to reveal details about his new and exciting venture in the coming year. His previous project, the Callisto Protocol, faced criticism but received substantial updates after release. It ultimately ended with Schofield leaving Striking Distance Studios after the game had underperformed. EA has announced the rebranding of its Frostbite engine to reflect a quote-unquote renewed focus on partnership. The engine, originally developed by DICE for the Battlefield franchise, was mandated for developers at first, but the rebrand emphasizes a philosophical shift with an increased focus on collaboration and flexibility. Developers within EA will now have the freedom to choose any game engine, not only Frostbite. THQ Nordic has announced the release date for South Park Snow Day, set to launch on March 26, 2024. The game will be available in 3 editions, standard at $30, digital deluxe at $50, and collector's edition at $220. The digital deluxe edition includes extra cosmetic packs, weapon types, and a new game mode, while the collector's edition offers additional items such as the original soundtrack, tarot cards, a neat beanie, a snow globe, and a talking toilet paper holder featuring Grand Wizard Cartman. The 3D co-op game celebrates a snow day with Cartman, Stan, Kyle, and Kenny when it launches for PS5, Xbox Series, Switch, and PC. And those are the stories for the last PlayStation news video of 2023. The regular episodes will be returning on the week of January 8th, but stay tuned as there will be special content next week, new live streams, and we're also doing our best of 2023 picks in the community tab. Don't forget to share your thoughts on any of these stories in the comments below, give this video a thumbs up or down to let me know your feedback, check out more content you may like as well, and subscribe for more on PlayStation. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Joseph, wishing you a very happy Christmas with your friends and family. This is Hype for Games, and let's get hype!